All right, and we are live. Welcome everybody to the Men of the Metaverse podcast. I am Beach Dad. I'm here with Lewis, Mr. 200K. How you
There
doing,
you
Lewis?
go. I'm doing just fine. I ain't complaining. You ain't never heard me complain about too much nothing.
That is right, but it's okay for me to complain.
Unless
Yeah, it's okay.
it's too hot in the house, I'm trying to sleep.
I got you. I got
Or it's
you.
too cold in the house, I'm trying to sleep.
Men don't whine. You don't whine and
Yeah.
complain. Yeah. You might say something, but it's a difference for sure.
Or my leg cramped up. I gotta move my leg. Those are the type of complaining
Right.
I'm doing.
Right. Not to
So
be in your business too much, but when you and your partner Nicole, and then we said her name on here, but do y'all have different temperatures y'all like to sleep at? Because me and my wife, when we sleep in, sometimes I'm too hot or I'm too cold, and it's just we just never at the same temperature. And is it just men and women are different thing, or y'all on the same page as far as that goes?
she's cold nature and I'm usually hot. So there
Right.
you go. She's cold and I'm
I'm the
usually
same
hot.
way. I'm the same way. I'm always burning up. She got 1,000 blankets. She got a weighted blanket, heated blanket, all that stuff.
But sometimes she's cold natured. Then she'll complain, "Get off me! You too hot."
Right. That's what my wife say too. I'm like, well, which one is it? You okay with all the blankets on and a heater and a comforter? But then when I try to get up on you, it's we too hot. So
You see what I'm saying?
there you go. Right. It's we're not saying women are difficult, but sometimes you just can't win. That's all we try to say.
That is correct. That is correct. You see, I thought I had the cheetah in the background. Was it Tyreek Hill
What? Oh, the Miami Dolphins player?
when he get 1,000 yards this season, Brandon?
Probably so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, shout out to him. Shout out to everything he got going on. Made it through adversity. People gave him a chance. Started from the bottom, and now he's here.
Yeah, and I kind of forgot a little bit about his story. Do you know what happened to him? Because was he on the Chiefs first, and what happened with that? He had some off the field stuff. I
Sure,
can't really remember.
I don't want to say no lies. Cause I may be wrong, but here's the thing. I think he didn't go to a big school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he didn't get drafted high because he could have been hitting on some women.
That's not funny, but
So once you hit a woman in college, your
right,
stuff is going down. But he
right.
started off like at a small college, then work his way up to like Oklahoma or something.
Yeah,
Then in Oklahoma, he got it,
because he's a Florida boy, right?
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Oklahoma, I think something happened, with the I wonder what style of woman that was, but I'm not saying that. And so his draft got pushed low. So he started off, he got drafted in late rounds.
Yeah.
Start off on special teams. Special teams is you get it next to being cut if you're on
Right.
special teams.
Right.
So,
one fumble or one, you got to make some big plays on special teams. So
yeah, because you just came off practice squad, so you could get buzzed back to that $60,000 a year.
you're right. You're right.
I think practice squads probably make 100 or something now, but
I don't know. That's a good thing to look up because that I mean it's a lot of money in football, but they're not paying everybody because everybody's not. You don't need all those people. You could kind of replace some of the practice squad people with people that are hungry and want an opportunity that'll take less. Do you think so?
the people at practice squad, they all hungry, Brandon.
They are hungry, but
they waiting for somebody
right.
to put the hands on a woman
or get injured.
Get injured. Drink driving. Something got to happen for them to come up.
You're right. Because a lot is riding on that opportunity. Because that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. If you're trying to make it, if you're on a practice squad, you're waiting for somebody to make a mistake so you can get in or get injured. You don't want to see your teammate get injured, but when he get injured, you kind of smile a little bit. You be like,
these the blessings, the heavenly blessings coming. Right, the man to his ACL. Right. Did the person behind him to his ACL, and the heaviest blessings come in. You get to get on the playing field.
You're right.
And that's what kind of happened to him. He started from the bottom, now he's here. Yeah. So with hard work, dedication, and staying on the right arrow, and that is.
Would you take a player like them if you was a GM or you were owner of a team? Does that kind of stuff scare you? Do you think you could reach certain players?
Rule number one. Has there ever been a black GM? I don't think so. All right. So if based on they ain't never been a beautiful general manager for a team, no, you ain't risking that.
You're not. Why not?
Own a beautiful person.
Okay.
Now it was Ben Roxavert.
Right.
Yes.
And I'm trying to think. Remember that Giants kicker? He was beating his wife allegedly. I guess a week. I mean, I think he was found guilty for it. But they like to kind of cover that kind of stuff up and give him a chance, and just be like it's not as bad. But when it's us, they don't, like you said, they don't want to take that risk, and
they don't know how to talk to us, Brandon.
Why not?
Because Brandon, if I had a player like that, I said, man, we going to dinner, and we going to your parents' house. Come on.
Okay,
and then for that conversation, I can
you can figure out whether
if the man's serious or not. Because I'm gonna tell you what the man he could have said this Ted Dungy or something. So his players don't alcohol, women, and driving fast can mess you up.
You're right.
And I think Warren Sapp says this. He said, you could do one of them. You could drive fast. That's it. You got a speeding ticket.
Right.
You could drink. That's it. You can have women. That's it. But if you drive fast and drink, what's that, Brandon?
that's you out of there. But like I said, I think
what kind of charge is that, Brandon?
Well, that's not a felony, is it?
That's a DUI.
Okay, but you can get that. You can get that brushed under the rug, right?
No, you can't. You could do one. You can't mix them. You got to drive fast, and that's it.
I get you, but if I'm one of the top recruits and I'm drinking and driving and I get pulled over, you don't think they're gonna be like, well, we see who this is. We might give you a pass.
No, Brandon, if they didn't do that for a Dallas Cowboy player in Dallas,
but they do. I think they do it sometimes, but sometimes they just not gonna do it. You think they never overlook that kind of stuff? Do you imagine if they had Michael Irvin? Well, Michael Irvin, when he was in his prime, the playmaker, he got pulled over. He had some drugs on him. They had a chance of winning the Super Bowl that year, but ended up busting him and getting him charged with something. I don't even want to put that out in the air because what he going through now. But you think the cop gonna be like, all right, look, I'll take care of this. But you when Sunday come, you get on that field and do what you got to do. You don't think none of that happened?
Not today's cop, because you gotta remember these cops, they got the job for a reason.
And they got the cams on too. That might be one of the reasons.
Well, we already know. I got a cop video over here. We already know they turn the cams off. All right.
No, Lewis. They don't turn the cameras off.
Dashboard is unplugged and everything.
Why would they do that?
Human beings.
You're
now,
right.
Brandon, I thought we gonna get it down. Since you started this, Brandon.
Go ahead. We'll get into it. That's fine.
Now we about to get into some stuff. Here we go.
The black man who was handcuffed and tased in the back by a West Alabama police officer plans to file a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against the department. The video of Micah Washington's arrest has gone viral on social media. Folks are calling for the firing of the officer and charges against reform Alabama police officer Dana Elmore for what took place on December 2nd. That took place in Pickens County, about 40 miles west of Tuscaloosa. Joining us right now is Leroy Gladstone Jr., the attorney representing Micah Washington. Leroy Gladstone.
Pause it real quick. I
want to do this here.
Yeah. Then you have a story about Alabama?
Correct. I have a story about Alabama. My mother-in-law said, don't you go jogging down there.
Correct. There you go. So just because some people think they don't see color, in certain areas, they may see color and it may be a little different. So I just want to throw that in there.
Before we get this man was on the side of the road changing a tire. Doing the same thing I done 5 weeks ago in Philadelphia in the rain.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes you got to change the tire, don't you, Brandon?
You do. It's been a minute since I've done that, but yeah.
Well, pray to God you don't have to do it for the rest of your life. Oh, hold on.
The black man who was Jr., the attorney representing Micah Washington. Leroy, glad to have you here. So I want to do this here. I want to play the video, but I need you to explain to us what happened before this. Now, first and foremost, folks who haven't seen this is the video that has gone viral.
You seen this, Brandon?
Tasing.
No, I heard about it though.
He's already handcuffed and he's complying.
Right there in front of the car.
No, I wanted the audio up.
that street.
I ain't doing shit, but I got gun right there. I'm not doing it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying, oh my God.
Fuck out.
Okay, down. Oh my fuck. Oh my God.
You want it again? Shut the fuck up. You was big and bad. Shut your bitch ass up.
Wait, hold on. Now time out. That's right. Brandon, slower. Please tell me I didn't hear what I just heard. Did she really do that?
Let's rewind it one time.
Yeah, rewind it, please.
Because this is now. I rarely talk like this, but I'm not a police officer.
Right.
I'm not doing it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm saying,
oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Fuck out.
Okay, down. Oh my fuck. Oh my God.
You want it again? Shut the fuck up. You was big and bad. Shut your bitch ass up.
Now you know her panties wet.
Right. But people gotta understand that some people like that kind of role playing. They like that kind of power and have dominance over somebody. He was taller than she was, right?
A muscular 24
right.
muscular guy.
So she probably got off on handling a black guy like that and making him cry or making him whine like that. Like that was disgusting. Like I heard about the video. I didn't watch the video. I'm glad I did because it just makes it more. I don't know. It just like when we talk about how police treat us differently, it's a real thing. I know people don't want to hear that, but it's not fair. People shouldn't have these positions. They shouldn't have this power. And who was recording? It was another officer standing there.
It was his brother, caught at a distance. He was zoomed in. Wow.
And she probably knew he was recording.
She didn't know it. She didn't know.
Well, how?
She knew. She knew the first time we got tased. The first time. That's why he moved him.
Yeah.
But she didn't know off that. Shut your bitch ass up.
Right. She was so engulfed in that role and had that fantasy that she was acting out. Like she didn't even pay attention to him doing that. She was focused on abusing that man like that, and that's just disgusting. And I can see it happen in Alabama. Yeah, and it's not always caught on camera.
Brandon, you ever been tased?
No, thank God.
Well, last Friday I had to do some nerve testing.
And
do the process of nerve testing. They send electricity through your body.
Okay.
Now, I'm in the doctor's office. The doctor, they put the needles in you. A taser, they put needles in you, right?
Right.
They send the electricity in there. First, you start off a little soft. So they ain't good enough. They ain't high enough. A little higher. They ain't high enough. By that third high, whoa! That feeling of being tased is not a good feeling.
Right.
So imagine, and I'm in the doctor's office, and he just
it's
doing
low
that,
voltage, right?
Low voltage. He just doing that to see if electricity coming from my top of my leg to the bottom of my leg.
I got you.
Now imagine this guy is on the hood of a car. She taser, and your back muscles is doing this.
Right. And there's nothing you can do about it. Like I say, it could cause you to react. You could have a seizure, all kind of stuff, like mess with your heart rate. Like they do that kind of stuff if they have to. Like, was that lady's life in danger?
He was handcuffed.
So
and he wasn't
resisting. He wasn't
anything.
None of that kind of stuff. But
that's not all to it, Brandon. Let's see what else they go say.
Okay, go ahead.
Wow, Leroy. First and foremost, who was shooting the video?
Right. Thank you so much for having us. That was Micaiah's younger brother, Shaquem, who was shooting the video. There were three of them that were pulled over, or not pulled over. They were on the side of the road trying to repair a tire on a vehicle. And fortunately, his brother whipped out his camera and we saw what we saw. But leading up to that, it was just as bad.
So they were changing a tire?
Yeah, they were changing a tire. And as far as I know, being black and changing a tire is not illegal, not yet anyway. But that's exactly what they were doing, changing the tire on the side of the road. Officer came up on them. Asked what they were doing. Micaiah made it clear we're obviously changing a tire here.
Now, what's up with the dumbass questions, Brandon?
What you mean? What do you mean?
Side the road, you got the jack. I mean, you had the longest part about changing a tire is getting the stuff out and jacking the car up.
Right.
And I'm so, what y'all doing out here?
Right. But they like the profile and they want to say, "Oh, I know you changed your tire, but you got to be doing something illegal." It's three young black men in a car That's all. That's all they need. They know it's probably some weed or some drugs, or y'all got some guns. And if they don't find that, it's like, well, I was wrong, but I'm not going to admit I'm wrong. So let me just over police the situation, and then here we are now.
Well, she did pull out a gun. She got excited when she found it too.
Oh, she did. Okay.
Remember the hood? Oh, wow, gotcha.
Right. Oh, it's okay. So that's what that whole thing was about. Okay.
Yeah, I know her nipples got hard when that gun came out too. I know it, boy.
Right.
Now, Brandon, if she just wanted some D, why should just say give me some D later on tonight? I think
because that's not part of the fantasy. It's not as fun if it's not this way. Do you agree with that? I think some people like to do it in this way. And it's been plenty of documentaries on people posing as police officers to try to pull people over, to sexually assault them, R-word them or whatever, because that's what they want to do. They could do it a different way, but it's something about that power and that control, like somebody having to submit to you because you're an officer.
Yeah, I don't know. She could have. I don't know.
There's nothing illegal that we're doing at all. Why do you want my ID? She demanded the ID without asking or articulating any sort of criminal activity. Eventually, Micaiah did comply with giving her his ID, but he decided he was going to take out his phone and record, as everyone should do, film the police. As soon as she saw that and he hit the button to record, she immediately tased him the first time.
So I'm trying to. Okay.
That's crazy.
And that was just the first time, and then
now don't that look like doggy style to you?
Yeah, it does.
Hey, put your head down.
Right.
Ooh. She was like that.
Right. Go ahead. I'll let you.
We ain't gonna play this whole video out, Brad. What do you think will happen after this?
After she tased him, he probably was laying on the ground. She might have abused him a little bit more. Hopefully he got some medical attention, because like he was breaking down and crying in a way that is something's clearly wrong with him.
Well, Brandon, who cares about a guy crying? This ain't no woman.
That's true though. But if I got tased, I'm not getting up. Y'all gonna have to get some more officers, and y'all gonna have to put me in the car.
Brandon, do you want to get tased again? Brandon said, I get up now. I get up. Anything you want. I get up. So quit lying, Brandon.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess you're gonna have to but I just gonna have to get tased again. I'm just gonna have to get tased again.
Brandon never got that electricity in him.
And you think I'm gonna jump up? You think I'm gonna jump up? I don't know. I don't know. I think it'll mess me up enough. I'll be like, look, it is what it is.
All right. Well, we ain't gonna play this whole thing, but shortly after this, they took him to jail, Brandon.
Okay.
He didn't know why he came to jail, and moments later he got charged. What you think they charged him with?
Let me think. They're gonna try to put that gun on him. They're gonna did they plant some drugs on him too?
They charged him with an ex-felon in the possession of a firearm.
Mm-hmm.
They charged him with trafficking cocaine laced with fentanyl.
Okay.
They charged him with possession of marijuana. I told you marijuana is illegal drug. They charged him with destructing government operation.
They like to do that.
They placed him on resisting arrest and $500,000 bond, Brandon. Okay. So how much you got to pay for $500,000, Brandon?
What, $5,000?
No, you got to pay 10%. That's $50,000.
Oh, $50,000, yeah, $50,000.
So if you don't come up with the $50,000,
dang, it's $50,000. Jeez,
that's 10%, ain't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Ain't that 10%? Yeah, that's 10%.
Yeah, you're right.
So you'll come up with that $50,000 in equity or cash. You could be in that jail for about 2 to 4 years. Your trial comes
at least, right? But did they actually find the drugs on him? Did they say that? Because
that's what the police charged him with.
Okay.
But here's the fact. Shortly after this video came out, all charges was dropped. He is not a felon. Okay. He is not a felon, but got charged with an ex-felon with a firearm.
Right.
He had no drugs on him. And if people don't know, I ain't never heard cocaine and fentanyl going together. Those two drugs don't mix.
Right. Was it heroin and fentanyl?
That'll go together. He wasn't resisting arrest. Mm-hmm. What government operation was going on? Mm. And the police said they tested the drugs on the scene before they put him in handcuffs.
Well, clearly they got film of this or evidence of it because they got body cameras, they got their dash cam, right? They got all that, right?
The brother said when he looked at the police car, all the cords was pulled out the dash cam.
Maybe she jumped out so fast she accidentally ripped them out. Maybe that's what it was.
Off the dash cam, Brandon.
And don't they have a cam on them too? Aren't they supposed to have a camera on them playing at all times just to keep them safe and keep, them protected?
In some cases, yes. In some cases, no. So this man, if this video didn't go out, he'll still be in jail right now.
Right.
To his family get $50,000.
And which they won't be able to do, probably.
Unless you're in my family, I get it. But I'll probably say stay your ass up in there.
It's hard to get $100 from family sometimes. Not saying that's my family or your family, but I'm just saying people are going through a lot. So $50,000, if we need to raise $50,000 or do a GoFundMe and there's no video out, it might be kind of hard. But the video definitely helps.
Correct. And here's the thing. They do all these charges on this man. Mm-hmm. The judge approved it. The judge said, okay, that's fine. Now it's up to the victim in this case to get a lawyer to fire all of them. If that video wasn't out.
All right.
So the people who says, well, I only need to talk to them. Guys, this is bringing you awareness. Have some money.
Okay.
Damn cameras rolling, man.
Keep the cameras rolling. So, but that's what I was going to ask you. So what if you got pulled over, when do you know that you need to start recording? Or, do you need to record every traffic stop? What do you think?
It's different because if you reach for that camera too fast,
right, that's what I was going to say. Right.
You reaching for a gun.
Right.
So it's difficult.
You're right.
Sterling Sharp, whatever his man name in Wisconsin, Milwaukee, his fiance was calling him. He was a law-abiding citizen with a concealed weapon permit. Said he had it. I got a concealed weapon.
Right.
That charisma person, charisma officer.
He got scared.
Got scared. Unloaded.
But let me ask you this: in your opinion, do you think if it wasn't beautiful people in that car, it was wonderful people in that car, and they said that, do you think he would have got scared like he did?
No.
Well, what is it with us when they see us and they get pulled over, they start getting scared and spooked?
Brother, I can tell. Hold on, I'm about to show you right here.
Okay.
Look at those two things under your nose, brother. Look at them two. I can't say it because they're called. Look at them two things under your nose.
What two things under my nose?
You look like the guy on Dragon Ball Z, with the Kami's friend.
What?
Who's Kami friend?
Kami's friend.
He was all black with the red lips.
Oh, Mr. Popo.
No, you look like Mr. Popo. Of course, they could be scared. Yeah.
So it's the darkness is what's scary, not Mr. Popo.
Yeah, you up there looking like Mr. Popo. Let me see, can you see me?
And he wasn't threatening at all. Mr. Popo wasn't threatening looking at all, but they were scared of him for some reason.
Brady, can you see this?
Yeah, I can see it. It's up there.
Do you see Mr. Popo?
Yes, I do. Oh, well, I did.
Well, hold on. Let me see. Damn, I got that. Yeah, you up here looking like this guy. Of course you're going to be scared. Who ain't gonna be? Look at us. Who ain't gonna be scared of that? So Brandon riding down the street in his hot day, dark windows, roll down the window, and you see this, Mr. Popo. Of course, I'm gonna be scared.
Right. We need to do a show on what's Dragon Ball Z racist. They had some little racist stuff in there. Mr. Popo was a little racist too.
Brandon. Somehow they got it right because everybody in Dragon Ball Z who was black looked like you. Big, tall,
big ears, lips,
big shoulders, big lips, brown skin,
right.
Talk deep, everybody guys.
Right.
Upper body like this.
Right.
Yeah. So guys, man, just follow the orders of the cop and this cop probably got defended when this person started to use a civil rights, started to use a Bill of Rights.
And do you think they like when you know the law, or you know what's going on? You're trying to educate the cops on certain things, because cops think they know everything about the law, but sometimes you'll tell them something and they're so defensive they're wrong in what they're saying, but you're right.
Brandon, who likes to know it all, Brandon? That's what they say.
Right. So sometimes when you're just telling the facts and the truth, they don't like that because they have a prejudged notion about what's going on in the situation. So
watch this. Now, what's the qualification to become a police officer, Brandon?
Probably just a high school diploma.
All right, and pass and do 100 push-ups and sit-ups. All right. Do you think these people know the Constitution, all 25 amendments? You think they know all of them?
No, they don't. And even if you do, you don't know them by heart. People know stuff to pass certain tests, right? You're not studying for memory. You can't recite everything. Go ahead.
The test is 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups. And a college, and a high school diploma. That's the test.
That's it. And maybe a psychology test. Maybe.
No, you can't do that. I mess them up. You can't do that. So that's the test. You know, I was thinking about 2019 coming to cop. I was 300 pounds. So I'm like, I can do 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups. Right. You see, the barrier of interest is low, but the responsibility is very high. That's high. What we need to look at. But follow the orders.
So let me ask you this. Okay, go ahead. I'll let you finish your point. But let me ask you.
You could get snappy at a cop, but sometimes cops be wanting that action.
They do. Do you think a cop? This is not my question, but do you think a cop has a hard job? It's stressful. They are regular people, right?
Of course, they have a hard job, Brandon. Okay. But that's not an excuse not to do it. A surgeon have a hard job, and they can't leave their iPhone inside the patient, every other patient. Right.
And it's just beautiful patients that they leave it in. So this is something to think about. But would you rather be governed by like a robot or the cops that we have? Because I guess maybe that will be a thing one day. But you rather be a human, or
I'd rather be governed by God. So I'm on the streets doing the right thing. Don't mess with me. I want people on the streets doing the right thing. Drinking and driving is not right. I've done it before. I've done it a lot. Smoking and driving is not right. I did it 1 or 2 times in my life.
But people don't think that's illegal.
What?
Being high and driving.
I know they don't. And I was watching a video of Bootsy and his son. His son was in the front street smoking weed. Bootsy in the back talking about what we doing today.
Right. But
people in the comments go ignore him smoking weed and driving.
Right.
But they was like, Bootsy's an excellent father.
Yes, correct. And like I say, people really overlook that because weed is being normalized, and you can smoke and it's cool. Rappers do it. Like a second. But are you under the influence? Are you under a influence when you smoking weed? Is your judgment impaired some?
Last time I smoked weed, I felt like what I have now, got spinal stenosis.
Okay.
So I barely can feel my feet. So when I smoked weed and drove from the Bojangles to my apartment 1 mile, I barely can feel my feet on them pedals. So you should not smoke weed and drive. That's
not only that. One day I had like a headache, and I took 2 Tylenol PMs, and I was like, shoot, I gotta go get my daughter. So I went to go pick up my daughter. Then we got something to eat, and went somewhere else. I was like, shoot, I'm feeling drowsy. Like I'm real tired and sleepy, but it's stuff in there that'll impair my judgment. It'll make me drowsy, make me cloudy, make me sleepy, make me feel less aware. So that's what driving intoxicated or impaired means. And that's not, you can't do that. I mean, people do it all the time, but that is something to think about. If you smoke weed, you get real high and you kind of spacey. Do you need to drive somewhere? No, not really. Keep people safe on the road. And me and Lewis drunk drive before? Yes, we have. Is that the best thing to do? No, it's not.
Yeah, but here's the thing. when I don't want to sound crazy, but
What?
when I used to drink and drive, I got two things.
Okay, go ahead.
With a little bit of alcohol, I got like a little aggressive. I like to go fast and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But when I was wasted,
I was focused.
Speed limit focus. And you couldn't tell though.
Right. I think a lot of people can do that, but sometimes
no, they can't. Brandon, 2 days ago, drunk driver 2 days ago in front of us. We were a half a mile away. The light was yellow. Turned red. By the time he got to the light, motherfucker.
I should say a lot of people could do it, but I know what you're talking about. Like you can be like, okay, I've had a lot to drink. Well, not a lot. I'm a little tipsy. I need to be focused. I need to make sure I'm paying attention. You can get like that, but not everybody can. They just be drunk and be getting in the car, doing whatever, thinking they'll be all right.
Swerving and all this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, why get blown? Sometimes I drive 5 miles under the speed limit. I said, damn, I'm driving too slow. So, but yeah, everybody.
Shout out to Timothy. He said, when you're a black man, sometimes it's just your time to get violated by the police.
Brandon, you ever got violated by the police?
Violated? What do you mean by violated? Mistreated? Like they
I mean, your Bill of Rights was violated. That's what I mean.
I wouldn't say, let me think. Yeah, I think so, because I think if you're over policing me and you wouldn't do the same thing to somebody else or making up stuff. Remember when we got pulled over, they were saying, me and Eric got pulled over, they were saying they smell weed. They said that my music was up too loud. So yeah, I think I was violated in that way.
How you was violated? Your music was up too loud.
No, it wasn't up too loud. I had them little 10. Them 10s was not hitting that hard.
Oh, which one you talking about? You talking about Murder Beat? No, this
no, that down in Columbia.
Oh,
my first
nah, you as Acres, man. Yeah, you got violated.
Yeah, right. That's right. And you got pulled up. I think we got pulled up by the same cop when he was saying you ran a stop sign. What did he say you did?
I ran a stop sign. And I passed by that yield sign every day for 3 years.
Right. Because that's where we grew up. Like how many times you been down that road? Like that's a road that you go
5 days a week.
And
every day.
Right. He tried to lie and say that it was something else when you knew in your heart, because you've seen it every day, that it was that way. But he tried to tell you otherwise.
From middle school to high school, my bus route took the same route too.
Right.
It's a stop sign there now, but it wasn't. But that was he was 15 years ahead.
Right.
It took 15 years to put the stop sign there. Here's another.
Did he give you a ticket? Did he give you a ticket? Okay.
No, your mama saved me.
Right.
Your mama came out there.
He was following you, and you were coming over to my house, and my mom jumped out the side when she saw that cop.
Yeah.
So.
Here's another thing I was violated. I had a black and mild in front of the music hall. They was charging $5 to get in. We couldn't afford that. So
this is at state.
State? We could afford the $5 to get up in there. So we out there. I'm out there smoking me a cigar. Just chilling out. We ain't hooting and booling, but it's a little music hall right there where people go in there music and dance.
Yeah, I got you.
They say, the cops come up. I was like, they say, cops do this. Give me that motherfucker.
A black and mild.
Yeah, I took the flashlight. And then give it back to me. I said, give me that. Well, I didn't say it.
I'm about to say
And then I put it back in my mouth. I said, see, that motherfucker didn't know.
Right.
I only laced those black and milds at the house.
So you did.
I ain't right out them laced.
So they knew what they was looking for.
See, I didn't go out there and lace them. I laced them at the house, but if I was out in public, it'd be a pure black. So imagine, Brady, you up here smoking. Can't just do this.
Because he already knew.
Flashlight.
That's the thing. They're trained so much, like they know what to look for. They saw you, they profiled you real quick, saw that black and mild. They said, I know some weed in there. So
I probably could have had one of those long shirts on too.
Tall tee.
I don't want no tall. I'm better than that. The tall jerseys, Brad. I ain't do no tee.
Okay.
I did a black one. I did a black one, but you stepped up the game. You do it with the jerseys, you know.
Right. And I remember because I got a picture where I had one of them tall tees where they was real popular. That was too much material. And what did Timothy say? Illinois passed a law that go in effect January 2024 that undocumented immigrants can be hired to be police officers. Wow.
See, that's why. See, I heard that a few weeks ago,
and that's the plan.
And Timothy, I was praying for y'all guys up in Chicago area earlier today. I am like on my knees praying. It's like a moment of silence prayer.
Right.
I said, boy, I'm telling you, you got people who look like us helping people who don't look like us.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was in Silver Springs, Maryland yesterday, the same spot Dave Chappelle was born, I don't want to say nothing, but damn, Brandon, it was all them immigrants up in that bubble.
Yeah, they're taking over it. And they kind of, do you think that's what they want to do? They want to try to push black people out of Chicago or into a certain area of Chicago and let those people flourish and fix it up, kind of?
Yeah, Chicago is one of the top cities in the world.
Right, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, it's one of the top cities in the world, and we don't need that. They don't want to hear that. Love so all in the know, y'all fucking with the old.
Right.
They don't want to hear that.
Right.
You know.
Do you want to hear that when you go out? Do you want to hear that?
Now some people pull up behind me. I want to hear that. Or pull up right beside me. Right. I like to hear that in my headphones, and that's it.
Right.
You know, I don't want to hear no drill music activities.
When's the last time you were around some young people like that? It's been a long time because I'm at the beach. It's not like that down here. So
ain't around. I don't want to get around no young.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
God damn, the fighting. Boy, I'm telling you, saw what they did to Charleston White.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up your Charleston White thing, Brandon. We could go say it to Charleston White. I can seg into it if you don't got it.
Okay.
We got the same video. We got the same picture.
I saw you had it on yours.
Now, Charleston White said this. Black guys, words could get you best. They love words.
You're right.
They'll die over words.
But let me ask you this before we even go into it. How do you feel? Because we've talked about Charleston White. We've had that talk when we were talking about Brittany Renner, how they're doing the same thing, kind of, and you always gotta keep something going just to keep your wave going. You know what I'm saying?
And you got up. Him and Cam Newton. He got 5 million views with Cam Newton.
Did you watch that interview? And like I say, it was a good conversation, and I really like how Cam tried to challenge him. And like I say, I agree with a lot of stuff Charleston White says, but at the same time, he'll say something like he don't want to he want to get some, a wonderful woman pregnant, or he want to have a baby overseas, and just stuff like that. He's a strip club connoisseur, and he just want to deal with those kind of women. Like, he says a lot of good stuff against what's going on in rap, but at the same time, he says that too. And like I say, he's entitled to his opinion, but for the most part, he's on point with what he's saying, right?
We're gonna move to Charles. I just want to answer this for Charleston White. Yes, immigrants could come wonderful people. Mm-hmm. So a wonderful person and a happy person can have a baby. That baby could be a wonderful person or it could be a happy person.
Okay.
Me and Brandon, our hair, Negroes gonna be Negroes no matter who we mate with.
Could you pass as a happy person?
I could pass as Dominican or Puerto Rican.
Okay, I just want to throw that in there.
That's it.
Okay, but go ahead.
A married happy person? Hell no. Mm-hmm. But a pecan Puerto Rican happy person? Yeah, I can pass for one of those. But I'll be on the back. I'll be on the downside. They don't like me.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm Afro Puerto Rican, I be if I was Dominican,
grandma be talking bad about you, because you're not lighter or you're not,
And my other grandma be black as midnight. You see what I'm saying? They be buying the creams. Hold on,
doing the Sammy Sosa.
Doing the Sammy Sosa. Wanna be Spaniards so bad.
Right. And we need to talk about that one day. How people want to think lighter is better, but we'll say that for another day.
But Charleston White, what you saying about Charleston White?
Do you agree with a lot of stuff he says?
I agree with 95% of the stuff he says.
And Cam was pushing back saying people don't like your delivery. And he was like, well, y'all let these rappers say whatever they want to say and however they want to say it, and y'all love it. Why is it a problem when I'm saying it? And like I said, he had a good point. What did Timothy say? What?
Shit, Charleston White wish he had the base. He could have stopped all of that.
Right. But like I said, he's talking a lot of junk. He's saying, come touch me. Nobody gonna touch me. He had what? So what happened that messed him up? Because he's been undefeated since last night. I think it happened last night.
I told you, Charleston. Well, it's a black, beautiful man is in a bad shape in America.
Okay. We
cannot get you unless you come to our city. Right. So Charleston White went to somebody's city, and he was talking. Well, he the one who got violent first. Yeah. You know, by doing that punzetta. Yeah. And it just all hell broke loose, but you don't talk junk to a guy who's wearing tights, Brandon.
He's wearing tight.
What you call
skinny jeans? Yeah.
Brandon, what do they look like, Brandon?
They look a little legging-ish.
Okay,
look like leggings almost.
You don't talk junk to a guy wearing leggings and a Kobe Bryant jersey.
Right, there you go. Yeah. Because
next thing you know, you can have Kobe Bryant and Shaq try to jump you.
Yeah. Well, but I saw that. Who was 14? That's Rick Fox. Whose jersey was that? I couldn't even tell whose jersey this was, but I saw this.
Well, I just made up Shaq. So you got Kobe Bryant. That's what? Eddie Jones. So you got Kobe Bryant. You got Eddie Jones trying to jump you.
Right. But I will give it to Charles. He didn't run. Like I say, Charleston White talk a lot of junk, and he stood there and tried to fight him. I don't know where.
He didn't run. Brother, he was backpedaling like a motherfucker.
Okay, backpedaling and running is a different thing. He threw the plant. He got the chair. He was backing up though.
His security. See why he was backing up? His security supposed to be coming forward.
You're right. They came too late. He tried to time. He was doing what he was supposed to do. He was timing it. He made it. He gave himself a little time, a little wiggle room, but they were just too slow. I don't know whether they didn't think they was gonna come on stage like that, but they ended up tackling him on the ground a little bit and punching him.
In the words of Bubba Dub, I think Charles White needs some of that dinosaur milk because he wasn't slinging that chill like a man.
No, he was scared. You know, sometimes you're not ready to fight. You're tired. You've been up all day. You've been performing. You might have had a little in you. You know, he just wasn't ready to fight. He was ready to talk trash and do his thing. He got the money already. He was ready to leave. He wasn't ready for no. And Charleston White isn't young. He ain't no young man.
Well, yeah, you ain't young. Ain't 130 pounds, 125 pounds.
Right. So
with $50 worth of quarters in his back pocket.
Right. And then they tackled him. They were kind of punching him, you know. But then he went live and said,
"No, they ain't tackling him, Brandon."
Okay, so what happened?
Charles White so light, they would face up. That little force took him down.
Right.
Now, because if you tackle somebody, they could have broke that man's spine.
You're right. Because that's an older man. Right.
And that's how I used to fight too. If I could get you, that top and that scoop is a tackle, and you want to scoop and try to slam a person.
Right.
I can't do it now. I'm humble now.
but like I say, they did that. We thought maybe he would have got bruised up because I think he got hit in the barbershop recently, right? He said he fell asleep in the barbershop and somebody he was beefing with came into the barbershop and tried to hit him.
Yeah, I heard that. And he was on the but the Funky Friday show. Say, and he was talking, I shoot it. I got knives and stuff. Well, Charleston, where your weapons at now, Charleston?
Right. But do you think, like I said, he came on live, he was saying, I got the money, I'm not hurt, I'm not beat up, I'm not bruised, I don't have no knot on my head. Did he win or did he take a loss?
No, he won. That was he supposed to do. Okay. Like he said, he gonna get booked off of these shows now.
You're right. And people, like I say, it just makes his buzz go up even more. But I don't know. That's what kind of world we in. Like that's the stuff people are interested in.
And guys, let me show you something. I'm gonna show you now. You don't have to agree with me on this point. It's the difference between a man and a boy.
Okay.
Eddie Jones up here, number 14, is a boy.
Why you say that? Go ahead, break it down.
Did Charles White hit that man? What Charles White did in number 14, Brady?
Nothing.
Who in this picture? Who's Charles White focused on right now?
Kobe. He focused on Kobe,
and that was the person he was with.
Correct.
And then this guy wanted to get famous.
Okay.
And Charles White, if you're hearing this, I know you got his ID. If he has a car, sue his ass. Because I guarantee you, he don't got no money to fight you in no damn court.
I got you. But let me throw this at you. So say you're Kobe and I'm 14, Eddie George. What if you and Charleston White going back and forth, and me and you at the show? I'm chilling with you. I'm like, oh shoot, Lewis getting into it. Like, we might have to do something, and you get up and you head to the stage. I don't want to see you get stomped out because that could be a possibility. So,
why are you trying to bring contradict? You know exactly me and you both be on that stage getting the
right. That's what I'm saying. I'm just making sure because I'm not gonna let you.
Don't you try to make me look bad on him.
Phone out. But I'm not saying. I'm just saying that could be a possibility. But I do like what you're saying because that guy didn't have a problem. He's just kind of running in there, looking like he's trying to hurt somebody, and he doesn't have anything to do with it.
Brandon gonna make me look bad on
no, because I'm with you, but at the same time, I do have to throw that in there. So just to see what you say. Because look, is this Dewberry? Is the dude with the blue jacket? Is that his security?
I don't know who he ain't no security. You see how close his legs is? Zoom in on it. You see this?
I see. He's not in attack mode or defense mode.
You see that? That's how you get pushed over. Legs got right. At least short and real.
Right. You see at least looking at right. You see.
And you see this right here? That's kind of like, hey.
Right. He's like, right. I do think he's doing too much though, because it wasn't even that serious. And you see Kobe's over here hemmed up a little bit, but I can't remember who actually brought Charleston down. I think the other guy did, and then Kobe went over there and started hitting it. Yeah.
Eddie Jones brought her down, then he suck around. They started.
Okay. But see, I don't like that part because like I say, if it's him and the guy Kobe, they going back and forth, and then you sneak around and tackle and push him to the ground. You wasn't even involved like that. You came out of nowhere. This is something they had in common. Like they had a dispute. So I get what you're saying with that.
Are these two guys on a date together, Brandon?
I don't know. But if me and you going to a comedy show, we're not having matches jersey. We ain't
both
having a Lakers jersey. We're not doing that.
So I can't have my LeBron. You can't have the Wade jersey on?
No. Because that looks like we're on a date.
Hey, hey. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, they could be doing something like that. But I think they was family members or something like that. So,
Yeah.
What do you think? So what happens with the club? Is Charleston he's just gonna go scot-free? These people can't really do anything. It is what it is when you sign up and go to some of these shows.
Well, Charleston White was aggressive because he threw an object.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so this guy, he can't sue this guy, but this guy right here,
right?
I'm telling you, if Charleston White got $10,000, I'll be breaking him right in the court.
Right, ruin his whole life.
Well, he don't got that much, but that Dodge Charger he got, I know he look like a Dodge Charger type of guy.
For sure.
I'll be taking that damn Dodge Charger.
All right, and you see where Charleston is looking. He's not looking at the other guy. So if you had to ask me, I think Charleston did come out with the W because did they get him? Yeah, they got him, but he's still laughing. He's still counting money. His cloud is on the rise. His attention is on the rise. His message is still out there too. So
they didn't get him, Brandon. He got the stack of money.
You're right.
Hold on for a second. Hold on.
All right, go ahead. like I said, I like what
You don't have to
Charleston
go,
does.
Brandon. I'm still hip.
Okay. I'm just
Oh,
saying,
I'm
I
joking.
like everything Charleston says because he challenges a lot of stuff that goes on in the community that we disagree with.
Yeah, Charleston Wright ain't losing. He ain't losing. I'm still on the phone, Jack. Hey, where y'all at? Ain't he had a thing like this?
Yep.
I'm still on. Where y'all guys at?
And how much money did you think he got? He said he got the back end.
Probably 10,000.
Mm.
That's what it is. It's about $10,000. About 10,000
Mm.
or 5. You never know. Corn with a 5 or 10.
Mm.
But actually, hold on. How many? That club looked kind of small.
It did look kind of small, and it was in a small town. I've never even heard of the town. They said it started with a K town in Texas or a K city in Texas. I can't remember what it was, but
Let's run the numbers here. How many people you think it was in there, Brandon?
I ain't gonna say maybe 200.
200. You think they split ticket sales? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
So everybody go at least charge. Everybody at least go pay $40 in food.
Yeah, I'll say so.
You split that with 2 ways. So yeah, he got about $4,000 on that thing. You know, that's if they don't split tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, when you go to things like that, they make you buy drinks. Then you got to get it.
That's what I said. So what they do, Brennan, at the Comedy Club? What you got to do?
Well, sometimes, like I say, it'll be $25, and you get in, and you have to at least get 2 drinks. So the drinks will be about $10 a piece. So people will buy that, and then they'll get an entree or appetizer or something like that, and you get some more drinks too, because you'll be there for a minute and you'll be waiting on acts, and you'll bust that little drink down. You'll be looking for another one. So I think those clubs. Go ahead.
And about time your food get there, the show be over.
Right. You're right. That's why you can't order nothing that's going to take a long time to cook. You got to get something simple.
Well, okay, what takes a long time to cook in these shows, Brandon?
Chicken wings. Order some chicken wings. See how long. As soon as the final act will be wrapping up, that's when your chicken wings come out. They'll put it right there, and you try to bust them down real quick before you get out there.
And those chicken wings be $25.
Right, and they give you 4 of them, maybe. And they try to put them on a plate fancy. Put some sauce on them.
And then when you smell the wing, they smell like smell like motor oil or something. Smell like, well, you know what that your motor oil be dripping on the car, that little burnt smell.
Yeah,
that would smell like.
I never asked you this because we had a wing restaurant. How do you like your wings? You like them a little burnt, a little charred?
Nah, no, hold on. See, now you just talking crazy.
Okay.
Charred is on the grill.
Okay, well, not I shouldn't say charred.
I like them fried hard.
You like them fried hard? Do you like them almost burnt?
No, fried hard, but the inside still gotta be juicy.
Okay, I got you.
Because Brandon don't know. Brandon be have his chicken wings be slimy and stuff. I don't want you Papa John slimy chicken wings out here. All right? Don't give me the Papa John slimy chicken wings. Put them in, go through the oven, and the skin still be slimy.
I know what you're talking about too, and I don't like that. I like them finished hard, so you get a good crunch. I like a good crunch on my skin. Yeah, or like I say, if you put some sauce on it, I don't like too much sauce either. I don't like it too saucy or too like wet. You know what I'm saying?
No, hold on now. So what's sauce?
I just don't like a lot of sauce. Like I want them coated, but not overly. It's dripping.
Okay, I can agree with you. I like them coated, but not dripping because that may mess up your outfit or
right.
It's dirty.
Right. Okay. But okay, perfect. Did you watch the game? I was going to watch the game, but I didn't watch the game.
Boy, I saw what's that man who scored 100 points in the game before?
Wilt Chamberlain.
I saw Wilt Chamberlain recreated last night.
To my Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Did he have a monster game? I saw the stats. He had an awesome game.
Almost 40 points.
41 points, I think.
20 boards. Fell to the ground 3 times in pain and still got it up. That was he had a good game.
Right. Was he the most dominant player on the court?
Yes.
Okay.
Why
can't he do that? Why can't he do that more often? Is it just because Indiana don't have nobody that he's scared of?
No, Brandon. He always could play defense. It's just his offense be lacking.
That's true. But why is his offense lacking though? It seemed like the defense should be, if it's an inconsistency, it'll be harder for him to stop Joker, because Joker is a talented player, and it'll be tricky for you to do your offense and then come down on the other court and guard him and play defense against him. Just because it takes a lot of energy trying to guard somebody who's bigger than you, because they bumping into you, they pushing you.
Well, one thing about being a power forward and center with defense, when those people come in your face, you got to at least put your hand up.
You're right.
So he gonna at least play some defense, because the person gonna be to protect yourself. You got to pay defense.
You're right.
Now, if you're on the perimeter, man, get by your head. I ain't gonna get hit.
Right.
But if you in the paint, a person coming like this.
You're right. And that's something I thought about. He doesn't really get injured when he's on defense. It's usually offense. So have you seen him try to, when he fall to the ground and grab his leg? It's on defense sometimes. I don't ever see him when he's on defense do that.
I just said, when the offense player in the hole coming to you, you got to protect yourself, ain't it?
Right. So he's on defense, guarding his body when he's
no. Other person got to protect themselves, so they're gonna got to push you. They got to do stuff.
I see what you're saying.
And they in the hole.
You're right.
You know,
right.
And that's why all these soft players like to play outside, because they don't want to get that hitting the bruised up.
Right.
And what did LeBron, the coach Ham and LeBron say that game?
I don't know. Tell me.
Let's just put it in the paint.
Yeah.
Let's just
sometimes that's all you got to do. Do you do a lot of threes, shoot a lot of threes? No, you don't have to do that to win.
And they still try to shoot. They was 0 for 10 or something, 1 for 10.
Right, I was looking at something, because that's a stat I look for when I look at the Lakers. Who was shooting threes and were they hitting? And usually they're not on, but they do like to shoot the three no matter what. But luckily they were playing good inside.
They need to be in the paint, because you could force the other team to foul you. Because you remember, you got to protect yourself when you're in the paint on defense. Right. So you go foul the person.
Right, they're going to hit you.
And that's one reason why AD get hurt, like you said, on offense. Somebody swat. Somebody pushed it.
You're right. You know?
Right. But yeah, he got up 3 times. One time he was on the other side of the court. and I said, damn, y'all ain't going to call a timeout.
They just kept playing.
Yeah. And we in a sad shape in the NBA when you got to create an in-season tournament to get competition out of the players.
Right. It's sad, but do you think it was a good thing? Because I was a little confused by it at first, but towards the end, I started getting kind of excited, because it's something to look forward to. And Timothy said Anthony Davis from Chicago and most NBA players from Chicago are injury prone because of lack of vitamin D, because Chicago is cold 5 months of the year.
Damn, boy, Timothy, you a smart fella, ain't you?
That's a good point. One thing, Derrick Rose, Derrick Rose was a great player. He was injury prone a little bit for the most part. Like
Dwayne Wade,
yeah, for sure.
Injury prone. But yeah, you're right. Maybe man, they gotta give y'all guys some dinosaur milk up there, man. It's something. Now hold on. Tim, if he's from Chicago, why he be
acting like that?
Why his motor ain't kicking up on offense? But I don't know. But
like he can do this. He can score 41 points. It's been a long time since I've seen him score that many points, but it's in him, because he can
5
shoot.
months, Brennan. Been 5 months.
Well, I have to go back a little. He what does he average? Like 25 points, you think, or is it a little bit more than that a game?
If I had to say, he probably averaged about 20 points. Right.
It depends on if he want to play or if he's
30 and 10. Yeah, they scored 30, he's scoring 10. So let's average it out for 20 points.
Right. And I think LeBron really wanted to win this tournament, just because it's just like, look, I'm been in the league the longest. I am still the face of it. Giannis and Dame Lillard, they should be in the finals, but where are they? I'm still not, because remember that guy told us the Greek Freak is the face of the NBA and he's the most dominant. Like I said, he's a good player, but I just don't see it when it comes to him. Like, what's the 2 things?
3 things. LeBron had to win this for 3 reasons. He want to be his name want to be big.
Okay.
Second reason, Anthony Davis and LeBron James salaries is too high. So the broke players, this is the opportunity for them to get some money.
Get a check.
Number 3, and here's another reason: this builds a good team camaraderie.
Yeah, for sure.
And when guys got your back, you looking at this 40-year-old man playing extra hard, so the guy who making $500,000, he get an extra $500,000 and blowing on a diamond ring.
Right. But see, I don't know. But see, when they start winning like that and get too cocky, that's when they start doing the 3 in the ground, and all those doing 3 glasses and run up and down the court doing that. I think they kind of know they don't have a good team and they're gonna have to play really well together. So it's not gonna be as much celebrating because
keep going.
So, but I'm just saying they don't have a good team, so they can't rely on talent alone. And LeBron can carry a team. AD is gonna really have to step up, and the role players are gonna have to play their role. If I pass you the ball and you open, you got to hit that shot. Like it's no playing around. What's that? Austin Reeves. He got to do what he got to do. He can play. He can hoop.
Yeah, he played pretty good. And see, look, don't be confused with LeBron James doing this ice in the veins, Brandon. He's keeping up with times.
Okay, I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about Austin Reeves and
that's what the young people do.
D'Angelo Russell.
Young people do. Back in the day, you remember LeBron used to do this? Or he used to do this. See, that skill players these days, they too soft.
You're right.
They say, "Oh, what's wrong with this guy? They got to do this now." What you do? Watch this.
Yeah, ought to do the Rodney Cradles.
See, back in our day, that's too masculine for them.
You're right. That's a good point.
That's too masculine. They can't do that. They gotta. Hold on, Brandon. You make all that money.
Hit a 3.
And you would never see an NFL guy doing this.
No, they don't do that because the NFL players, they be twerking and rocking their hips and stuff like that. So there is some stuff like that.
Those guys, the outside people. You gotta remember in the NFL. Okay, I ain't about to get kicked off the damn chat. I ain't about to say. Those outside people be doing it. You gotta have some fruity guys on the outside who can run the ball fast.
Okay.
Snatching balls out there. Snatching balls.
Okay. And Timothy said not many light-skinned dudes have a motor, so Chicago ain't got nothing to do with that. Wade, Tim Hardaway, Isaiah Thomas, Derrick Rose. Yeah, people forget about Isaiah Thomas and Tim Hardaway. That's one of the first people had a crossover, which they was doing a lot of highlights, and I remember saying, I was like, dang, Tim Hardaway is a good player.
Man, they tried to play Tim Hardaway and Isaiah Thomas.
How?
Because they bring up a clip during the All-Star games where Isaiah Thomas on the ground dribbling while laying on the ground. Like, check this out.
There's nothing wrong with that. What? That was skill. That's how they showed they had skill.
You saw that clip?
I've seen one where he's sliding on the ground dribbling like that.
Yeah. They're like, look at this. And then they show him this. But they won't show his highlights.
Yeah, he's got a lot of highlights. And like I say, Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars, that Pittsburgh team, they had a really solid team. And they was tough. And you had a hard time going in there beating Detroit.
You had a guy with a sprung ankle. His ankle was looking like this. And how many points he scored in a half, a quarter, 20 something? And talk about Jordan Helen. Jordan couldn't touch that bad, man.
We're talking about the Pistons when they were playing the Pistons. Yeah.
Jordan couldn't touch Isaiah Thomas back in '88.
Yeah. It took him a while to get over the Pistons. Like they was roughing Jordan up. And like I said, I remember seeing the documentaries. Even not even talking about The Last Dance, but back in the day when they had those documentaries talking about that, they was pushing Jordan in the air. Like you get a foul, but Jordan if you come through the lane, we're gonna mess you up. So it would alter his game, and he could still do what he wanted to do, but it was more reliant on what everybody else on the Bulls was gonna do. and he just couldn't win it by himself.
How Jordan stopped the Pistons? Old man father time. They got old on him.
so he couldn't really beat the Pistons. It's just the Pistons phased themselves out.
Yeah, he couldn't beat them. They got old on him. And look, shit, Jordan could be an old Bird. Well, Bird was halfway.
Right. Bird was nasty. You know, when
he was good back, too.
Bird be like, look, I'm gonna shoot right here, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. And you ain't gonna be able to stop me. You couldn't do it. He could hit, he could shoot, he could do whatever he wanted to do on the court. But Jordan did some things where he was hanging, and you just couldn't stop Jordan. You'll go with Jordan, and you'll come down. Jordan's still kind of floating in the air, trying to figure out how he's gonna adjust his shot. So he was ball hogging.
Now they say this. Skip Bayless say this a lot. People was terrified of Jordan. Brandon, do you believe that?
I don't believe it. I wasn't there though.
How many points Jordan scored? What did Jordan score the game?
The most points?
No, just in general. What's about he average?
He probably about 30 points. I'm not as great, a little under 30 probably, but go ahead.
If a person scoring 30 points, how I could get terrible? Be afraid of a person that's scoring 30 points.
You're not. But they talk up Jordan in such a way where he's just unbelievable. And he was, like I say, he was, but it was the whole team. Like Jordan had a really good team. He had a lot of good players, like not even just Pippen, but Bill Wennington, like, you know, just all these players. Steve Kerr, like these are really good players. And they
Tony Kukoc,
right.
Excellent player.
Yeah. Randy Brown. Was Ron Harper, like all these players, people made
Horace Grant.
Horace Grant. That's one of the best power forwards at the time. Horace Grant did everything he had to do. He'll go to the line, knock down his free throws. You know, he was the perfect power forward. They wasn't really scared of him, but he had a force about himself too. So those Bulls teams were hard to beat. It's just like the Spurs team. The Spurs on paper played together well, and they won a lot of championships, kind of like the Bulls. Like everybody played their role to the T. Kind of like how the Nuggets are playing now. Like everybody knows what they need to do. We're gonna get it done, and we're gonna do it efficiently.
Now, why they hate on LeBron James? Because the Spurs beat him, but he beat the Spurs too.
Yeah, and when he beat the Spurs, I remember this because they was like, okay, he's gonna have to. LeBron's gonna have to figure out a way to beat him. He beat him with jump shots. Every time he took a jump shot, it went in. They would give him the jump shot, and he would hit it. And that's how he ended up beating the Spurs. You know, there was other things too, but that was a big thing. But they don't want to give LeBron any credit for that. They don't really want to get. I mean, he beat the Warriors. I know he had Kyrie with him too. Like those are two dynasties. He beat two dynasty teams.
That is correct. What dynasty teams Jordan beat?
And the Supersonics.
You know,
I'm trying to think. The Utah Jazz, you know, like those are great teams, but like the Warriors and the Spurs, that's a hard team to beat. You know, they talk about LeBron bubble championship. That Heat team was a pretty good team. I'm not gonna say they up there with the Warriors. What's it called, but that still was challenging for an NBA player to not be able to go to the club when they want to.
Now, yeah, the NBA players soften the cotton balls. That's what's wrong with them.
Right,
soften the cotton balls.
And it'll be interesting to see how Timothy feel about the Bulls. He said, "I'm from Chicago. I put an asterisk on Jordan's last 3 titles because Dennis Rodman was doing LGBT defense moves on Karl Malone and Shaq." Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, people wasn't trying to get too close or too physical with Dennis. Like you didn't know what he'll try to fight you, rub up on you, slap you. I mean, just throw you off. So
I saw some highlights of Dennis Rodman guarding Shaq. He did a pretty good job on him, Brady.
Or Dennis Rodman, yeah,
yeah.
And you know how big Shaq is, right?
Yeah,
like that's a big brother. So,
but he did a pretty good job on him.
So you have to be pretty strong, and so I'm sure Dennis Rodman is a strong person. So he probably scoop slam Hulk Hogan. So you got to be pretty strong to do that either way. You know you was hyped when Dennis Rodman came out with NWO back in the day. Tell me I'm lying.
Yeah, and that was 98, the same when they was trying to get to the finals.
Right.
He come out there. Hey, That's how he does. That's how the man. One
wanted
thing
to live
about
his life.
nah, hell no. If a man does his job, if the man does his job on the job,
Mhm.
I don't care what he do offside
You're right.
the job. That ain't none of my
I feel the
damn
same
business.
thing. I feel the same way.
Now, Brandon, pedophiles. If any pedophiles who own our child, you better get off right now. All right, because we're talking about some more stuff.
I got you.
So the reason I say pedophiles, Brandon, you better not put no makeup on your daughter.
So
They make her look old. They make her look too old.
And I had those conversations with her because media will push you into thinking you need makeup when you're already beautiful as is. But go ahead. That's another topic for another day.
All right. And I still live in this county. In the county I live in, December the 7th, Anne Arundel County in Maryland, a young black lady daughter, she's 7 years old, got kicked off the team, Brandon. Guess why she got kicked off the team?
It has something to do with hair because that's a thing for some reason for black people.
It has something to do with the hair. They say her hair is too much hair and it's too thick and long.
But I guarantee if you put a wig on her, she'll be okay. For some reason, they don't mind you putting a wig on, but if it's your real hair, it may be an issue.
All right. Now, Brandon, can you read? Now, this is the statement from the organization that kicked off, Brandon. Can you read? I don't think it's big words in here, Brandon. I think you can have it.
Right.
Can you read this out loud?
Yes, we are saddened that the allegations are racial biased and embrace our athletes of all races, creeds, and genders and experiences. All-Star Cheerleading and Maryland Twisters have provided an inclusive refuge for athletes and coaches alike for 26 years. We are proud of the diversity we draw to our cheerleading family and continue to provide options for our athletes that support inclusion, including genderless uniform choices and hair policies that support all races. We are open to course correction and continued inclusion. It's a lot of inclusion in there and is paramount.
All right. Here's the two options they gave this young lady. They said you could put your hair in a ponytail, or your hair could be halfway up, halfway down, but the hair cannot be shoulder length.
Did they say why?
Two options.
Did they say why?
Well, this is two options you got, Brandon.
Okay.
So the hair could be halfway up, which I think this is halfway up. And what would you call that? Shoulder length?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. And they said this is across the board. Now I went to their YouTube. They the photos.
I see some violations.
In 2018, do you see anything that's
too long?
Long?
Yeah, I do.
From what?
A couple, wonderful and beautiful.
Will you say that's too long right here?
That's too long, yeah.
Will you say this too long?
Too long.
Will you say this too long?
Yeah.
Will you say that's too long?
Yeah.
And this is 2018. They try to keep up the policies, all right? 2021, the same organization. Brandon, this one is touching the lower part of the back.
Right.
How about this one, Brandon?
Too long.
How about that one?
It's the same thing, too long.
Now this is race. No, this is genderless outfits.
Okay.
All right. How about this one, Brandon?
Yep, violation.
How about this one?
Yep, for sure.
How about that one?
They got a lot of violations.
All right. Now let's look at 2023.
And I'm not judging this one at the top, but you see the one to the left, the second to the left at the top.
Right here?
Yeah, it's a little big, right?
They got to get it big. It got to be above the shoulders, Brandon.
Okay, I'm just saying if I was going to say somebody distracted, that would be too big, or I think it would get in the way. But I'm just saying, go ahead.
All right, we got one right here. We got two right here. One right here. One right here. One right here. One right here, and one right here.
Yep.
So, Brandon, why they picked on this young lady?
They might have had an issue with her mom, and they were looking for a reason to pick on her and try to get her kicked out of the thing. That's what I think. sometimes if people, especially if they're beautiful people, if they have some resistance or they seem like there may be a problem or maybe an issue just because somebody wants to challenge however they feel, they'll be like, oh, we'll nitpick and we'll get you out of here. And we'll lean on policies that we don't enforce with everybody else.
What would you tell your daughter if this was your daughter? And what would Mr. Brandon do?
I'm not sure. That's
well, Dan, I got you on here. You can think a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. So if she's on there, she got kicked off the team. Is that what's on?
She said they had to part ways.
No, we're not parting ways. I done bought that little uniform. That's about $1,000. We're not parting ways. We're gonna be out there with you. Or she's gonna be standing off to the side or whatever. But no, she's gonna be out there. We're not parting ways, especially over something I could easily be looked back and be like, look, other people's hair has been longer and it hasn't been an issue. So why isn't the issue now?
That was back then. We talk about today with your daughter, sir.
Yeah. I'll be right out there. I'll make sure I call the news down there and make it a big fuss. Have to go on social media. It'll be a topic on the Men of the Metaverse channel. And yeah, we'll have to go viral and we'll have to challenge some of the things that they're trying to do. Because like I say, just the way they police people differently based on color, they discriminate against kids. We've seen it in wrestling events. You see how they make people cut their hair if they feel like it's too long or whatever. They tend to find things to discredit us when we're winning or we're doing something positive, and they don't do that to everybody else.
What will you tell your daughter?
Your
daughter is almost the same age, 7 and 7, same age.
Yeah. I've told her
look like each other too.
Right. I've told her that sometimes it's not fair how they treat us, and that doesn't have anything to do with you. That has to do with other people and how they view the world. But it's not just because you're black or just because you're a beautiful person and you're not a wonderful person doesn't mean you're less than somebody else, and you shouldn't be treated differently because of that. So, like I say, no, wait.
That's what you tell your daughter, you shouldn't be treated. But she said, well, no, Daddy, why did they treat me like this?
And I'm gonna tell her because you are beautiful, and sometimes people see that and they'll think, I want to treat you differently because they value them over you, and that's just not fair. And that's what happens in this country. Even though people like to say they don't see color.
Well, Daddy, I want a cheerleader. Why I can't be on the cheerleading squad?
Oh, you're gonna be on the team. All right,
Brady,
got to worry about that.
Brady be Baltimore County Jail right now.
I sure will. I'll be locked up, and I'm gonna make sure the news is out there because they discriminated against my daughter. We bought the uniforms, we bought the shoes, we've been traveling around. We've invested time in this, and you're gonna try to take me off the team because you say the hair is too long. No, the hair, we'll get the hair right and she'll be right out there. And it's not, and it ain't no kicked off the team. I've signed the contract. We on the team. It ain't no we off the team. So that's just what we doing.
Oh Lord. So Brandon, why are you busting down the doors to get into these wonderful organizations?
I'm not for number one,
segregationists.
But listen, let me tell you this.
Integrationist? You're integrationist person?
You're right. My daughter was, when we was in Georgia, she was in a dance class, and she was the only beautiful person in that class. And her teacher loved her. We were there, me and my wife. We went to dance recitals, all that kind of stuff. And it'd be the same way with this. But I think sometimes, I'm not saying this for a fact, but her mom may be only present. And sometimes when they don't see a man in the picture, they'll try to pull some stuff like this.
Yeah, I didn't see no man in the picture. I didn't want to say that.
Right. But that's a real thing. And I kind of tell my wife sometimes too, like a man presence. I'm not even the toughest man or whatever, but me just being there, being a tall black man, they know they're not gonna be able to try and pull anything they want. And that's just the facts. So like I say, if it's my daughter, we go up there. I mean, hey, it is what it is. You can say whatever you want to say, but guess what? She's gonna be dancing and cheering and going hard.
Now, if we got any female viewers on here, I'm going to show you hear Brandon talk, the positive things about a black man. Mm-hmm. Brandon is a black man. You heard him. He has extra curriculum activities for his daughter.
Yeah.
The news, the stuff you hear on the internet that say black men are not involved with their kids' life. Mm-hmm. Brandon kids got his last name. His wife got his last name. They a whole family. They won.
Right.
Also, what Brandon said, the presence of a man changes how other people talk to you instantly. Because why? Because it's always violence. There's always violence on the table when a man is present.
Right. And just to throw this out here, when I go to these events and stuff like that, am I smiling and cheesing and talking? No, I'm not doing all that. I'm there just as a presence, and people feel that. That's a real thing. I don't code switch. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm me when I'm in those settings. I don't do that kind of stuff. Like I say, and people feel that. And black men gotta realize there's power in that, not just doing certain things, activities like that, but just in the workplace, and just anything.
Sometimes a man don't have to do the talking.
Mm-hmm.
You can let your girl do the talking,
right?
But if the man stop and say, "Hold up," y'all better hold the fuck up,
right?
And it happens like that, ain't it?
Right, yeah, for sure. And like I say, my wife is more of the socializer, just because I don't like to do that kind of stuff. No way, just because it's just weird. And like I say, she'll just go do the talking. Like I say, hey, how you doing or whatever. But I don't be showing my teeth, doing all that other stuff. I'm here for my daughter. I'm supporting her. And when we done, we out of there. I'm not doing no talking afterwards. We got stuff to do.
You're right. So the presence of a man would change the whole outcome for many things. That's why you need a man in your house. If a burglar had to pick 2 houses to rob, house number 8, single, woman, kids. House number 2, man, woman, kids. Who house I gonna bust into?
Correct. And it's just that simple. You're gonna want the one without a man because it just be easier.
All right, okay, now watch this. I'm a purse snatcher. 2 women walking down the street versus a man and a woman. Who purses I go snatch?
The 2 women.
Because you definitely ain't gonna snatch a purse off a man. That man gonna beat you to death.
You're gonna try to.
With his own purse. I know not to do that. If a guy's wearing a purse, don't you try to fight him.
Right. I wouldn't even feel comfortable fighting somebody like that.
Why you won't? If he's slapping your face, what you gonna do, bro?
I guess I can't run. It's on there.
And he may whoop you too. You never
know. He might. But do I need to ask what does he identify as before I get started?
I said a man with a purse.
Okay, but that he could identify.
I said else. A man with a purse.
But I see him as a man. He might identify as something else.
And he's a man, and he has a purse.
Okay.
Saucy Santana.
Okay, that's one instance. But what if it's a man with a purse, but they identify themselves as a woman, and now we in a fist fight? It's a little different.
Brandon, it's rarely.
That ain't never gonna happen.
It's rarely. Despite what this internet says, I bet it's rarely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
A man to say I'm a woman.
Right, and they have an altercation like that.
Yeah, they say on the internet, but I think that really don't happen.
Because I think for the most part, people mind their business and they doing whatever. You know, I can't say that, but I do stand with what you say.
A man knows he's a man, even though he want to be a woman. He still know he's a man.
Okay.
Because God, unless you got a mental problem, God made him to be very close to reality.
Yeah. And sometimes in the moment you may forget, even if we're not gonna say you're pretending to be something else, but
who gonna forget?
But that's what I'm saying. If you're pretending to be something, the real you is gonna come out, and you may forget about the real you and because you're pretending to be something else. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. You seen that a lot when a person in the gas station they didn't take their pills, and then, who you calling a man? Huh? You see them clips?
Sure, yeah.
I said, no, a woman don't act like that.
Right. But because you done forgot what you're trying to be. And the real you came out, and you can't even control it, or you can't suppress it.
Yeah, but deep down in their heart, they know who they is.
Okay.
Yeah, a a Pee-wee with nuts hanging. You know who you is, man. Pee-wee Herman between your legs. I don't know who I am. But yeah, mental health illness is a crazy thing that's going out today.
For sure.
I don't think I got anything else, Brandon.
I had one more thing. I don't even necessarily, because we did such a good job with this. Did what's it called say? Oh yeah, we already said that. I was gonna do this, but it's not even that. If we had like some dry stuff, but
What the hell is this?
that's what I was gonna ask you, because I like to see what you know about the internet or know about what's going on. But this is Adam.
That's 22. No jumper, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Go with it. Come on.
Okay, so he's done another scene where that black guy, his wife and himself, they had a scene together. So now that's the next step with them. So that's just one thing, but it's a guy over here to the right. His name is Destiny, and he married this woman he's sitting next to, and they had an open relationship, and he's bisexual, and he lets her sleep with whoever she wants to, as long as she come back and they agree on who
She's sleeping with guys.
Yeah, for sure.
You're a dumb mother.
But they got an open relationship and it works for them. But she actually went back to right. But that's what they've been pushing on, the relationship stuff. Like, it can work because we have an understanding, and she knows that X, Y, and Z it works. But she went back to Sweden, and this is her up at the top with her new boy. Well, not her boyfriend, but they're in a relationship too, I guess. And he's been telling her that he needs to leave him or he's going to kill himself. So now the guy at the bottom, he wants to get a divorce because they had an open relationship, but it's not necessarily working out. So do you think, but go ahead.
No, Kev, do you think what?
Do you think that open relationships or stuff like this can work? Because that's something they push, and it's a free world, and your partner should be able to do whatever they want to do. They don't have to be tied down to just you, right? If she may want to have sex with somebody else and then come back to you, but she's married to you.
Open relationships only work if something wrong with the guy's head.
Okay, what you mean?
All right. So a woman is this. How many babies can a woman carry, Brandon?
At a time, or
at a time? How many times she can get pregnant at once?
One time. She can get pregnant one time.
Can 10 guys get a pregnant at once?
Can 10 guys get it? No, they can't.
All right. How many people a man can get pregnant at once, Brandon?
Infinity
and beyond. All right. So how God made it, God made a woman to be with one man. Yeah. If you believe in what Christianity, you're only supposed to be with one man.
Right.
If you believe in Christianity, a man could be with how many wives he want to if he can afford them.
Okay.
Yeah. The question is, can you afford it in 2023? No, you can't.
Right.
And why I say afford them, let's talk a little educated means you got to be responsible for her emotions. Mm-hmm. You got to be able to provide for her. Yeah. You got to be able to protect her.
Right.
And you got to be able to honor her at the same time.
Right.
So if you can't,
is that a lot? Is that right? That's a lot to do with one wife.
That is a lot to do with one wife. Because here's the thing: many women, they don't know and man, they are not complete unless they find another person.
You're right. I agree with that.
A single person here on the streets is not complete.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible says it's wise for a man to be with a woman. Mm-hmm. Now, you don't say that about a woman being with a man, but you got to go the opposite side. If you push to the left, the right gonna move.
Yeah, you're right. It was a clip on the internet I saw. It's a guy, he's interviewing a woman. He's telling her that God designed you to have kids. And she's like, no, he didn't. I don't have to have kids if I don't want to. And I never really thought about that point because like I said, you don't have kids and your partner doesn't have kids. So how do you feel about that? You'll be okay not having kids, right?
Let's get to your first point. As mammals, Females,
yeah, females. That's
females
that's
got titties.
okay.
Tits. Males
Gotcha.
got them too.
Uh-huh.
I got them. Look at that.
Can you breastfeed though?
But the difference is one once they get pregnant produce milk.
Right.
A woman is designed to have a baby.
Okay, that's true. But do they have to?
No, they don't have to. A small percentage don't have to. A
Yeah.
small percentage don't need to have a child.
Yeah, a lot of people really don't, because if you're not ready to be selfless and put somebody else first every day, you really don't need to have kids. And if you're not financially, I'm like, everybody's not financially ready to have kids, but that'll put a burden on your life having a child.
So what Brandon talk about the new parents in 2023.
What do you mean? Because I am, but what do you mean?
The old parents say, "Get your ass up in your room. I'm doing my thing."
And what does that mean? What does that mean?
They have kids. They still live their lives.
You're right, but they did still take care of their responsibilities, though.
Yeah,
I think.
They still live their lives. See, Tafra said, "Oh, well, who's Tanya? Who's Tanya?"
I'm not sure. She said she's from South Carolina. Shout out to her.
Well, we from South Carolina, the Palmetto State. You know,
right. I'm not trying to put all your business out, but you know,
Brandon, they can look me
I'm
up.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about her. I was going to ask her what part she's from, but you know, you can't be asking people, strangers on the internet, where they from.
No, let's ask Tanya. Where you from, Miss Tanya? We ain't no scheming over here. We got you, Miss Tanya.
This ain't no P. Diddy stuff. We ain't gonna come to your house to try to do stuff allegedly. But no, what would you? But back to the.
What were we talking about?
Back to the parenting, you know.
Upstate. See, she don't want to give it up. Yeah, okay. So you can't. All right. So yeah, so she'll clip and say, we Gamecocks over here.
Yeah, we Gamecocks.
Yeah, we Gamecocks. But y'all y'all had a good 5-year run. You know, you just
is Newberry considered upstate though, Lewis?
That's too close to mid-state. They
no, but she say Clemson. Wow.
Well, I ain't hate, but see, that's the one thing I don't like about South Carolina people. I'm from South Carolina people. Be proud when your state do good.
You're right. Right.
If Clemson is in the national championship, root for Clemson, even though you're a Gamecock. Quit hating.
But is there a rivalry that we should be hating them? I don't think so. But do I necessarily like a Clemson fan? I don't hate them.
You don't like a Clemson fan because that's like comparing a doctor to the guy who worked at the gas station. Doctors,
so it's a class system. And the poor people
and the people who work at the gas station are Gamecocks.
Okay. And I just don't have a problem with Clemson when they're losing. Like, they're not really doing as well, or you know, whatever. I mean, they're okay, but they're not in the championship game or anything like that now. So I'm cool. Shout out to Clemson.
Brandon, they had.
Do I want to see them win?
You know, they had with Trevor Reed. Was Trevor? What's his name? Trevor Lawrence.
Oh yeah, Trevor Lawrence. I was about to get him.
Yeah, they had the guy from what's the Denzel movie with the football player?
Remember the Titans.
The same guy they have for the Remember the Titans, they had him from Clemson, the guy with the long hair and smooth.
Yeah. And massage parlor went there too, didn't he? Deshaun Watson. Didn't Deshaun Watson play for Clemson? I think he did.
Deshaun Watson he played for Clemson.
Right. That's when they were really good. Yeah, that was really good.
Nah, they was good with the long hair guy too.
Yeah, for sure. They were.
The long hair guy came out there with that long hair, stepped on the field. I could ball, boy.
Right.
They didn't know it. And guess what the long hair guy did, brother?
What?
He made one mistake when he went pro.
What?
He said, football is not my number one priority.
Right.
Now, he changed since then, but he's doing pretty good. I think they lost today against the Browns, but I don't watch football, but I don't know.
Yeah, I need to check it out too, because I need. But back to the parenting thing, because we way off topic. But shout out to Tanya. We appreciate the comments and people engaging in our dialogue. We get kind of off track a little bit, but you were talking about old school parenting. They get the job done. They'll send the kids to their room. They still living their life. Is this time more complicated? Like, it just seems like it's less time. It's more things going on. And your kids are doing all kinds of things. And you got to keep them off the internet, keep them entertained. Like, I guess it wasn't that kind of stuff going on back when my mom was raising us.
Old school parents had more structure and the child had more responsibilities.
Right.
You had to clean your room unless your parents was nasty. You had to clean your room.
Right.
You had to have chores, and you didn't get paid for those chores.
Right. They're just a part of your life, you know. And like I said, I do that with my daughter. I make sure trying to make her bed. She don't really make it all the time, but I make sure when she come home from school, she has a lunch. You need to wash your lunch stuff out so you get it ready for the next day. Make sure you're picking up. If you play with something, put it up. Don't just leave it where you have it. You know, just those kind of things, and instilling those over and over again. It can be frustrating as a parent, but it will pay off. But it's not, like I say, it's not easy. And I think older school, like my mom, the way she was strict is different from how I'm strict and how me and my wife is strict. So
what you mean? What's the difference?
I don't know. I know when my mom would hit me, I wouldn't hit my daughter, but that fear that you might get hit, it's just parent different. And I think I asked you that
hit you because you was doing wrong.
Well, I don't know. I just know.
Don't you put your mama down like that?
No, she's not gonna hit me because of that. But I'm just thinking about.
Catch you peeing in the sink. Yeah, she gonna hit you.
But I'm thinking about whether that took factor in my decisions on what I did, because I know if I don't do everything I need to do, there's a chance I can get in trouble, and it's not just getting talked to. I could get a whooping. So I think that does matter. And it does get you on board quicker than just knowing there's no real consequences. You get what I'm saying?
Do your wife hit your daughter?
Like I had my like I say, my daughter doesn't do anything bad, or she doesn't. No, I have to tell her to clean up or stuff like that. But she doesn't do anything that deserves a whooping. We haven't ever gotten to that stage yet.
Do she got responsibilities she got to do?
Yeah, for sure.
Did she do some of them on her own?
Well, let's see. What percent would I say? Maybe 35% on her own. But like I say, we're still working and building on daily routine stuff.
All right. Well, you never know, boy. I tell her, with them kids, you don't know how they gonna turn out. Do you?
But that's what I'm saying. It's tough. Like I say, and that's why I was going to ask you. Would you feel like you would do that if you had to? Like if I had a son and he wasn't doing what he needed to do, I think I would put my hands on him. I just say, not like in a rough way, but he might get popped. With my daughter, I don't know. I don't think I necessarily need to do that. Am I wrong for doing that? Am I wrong for thinking that?
Yeah, with females, I'm easier on female. Like a female dog will live here, a male dog. I'm easy on the female dog than the male.
It's a double standard for sure. Yeah, right.
So, yeah, if I had a son, I'd knock the dog shit out of that motherfucker. Better.
And he's gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay. And I think boys understand that too. Like I don't have a son, but I see other people raising their sons, and they just know, like, if I do something, my dad might be on my butt, and that's just what it is. And if he pushed me, if he whipped me or he hit me, I might cry, but he's gonna tell me not to cry, and I'm just gonna have to fix my face and get to it and act like nothing happened and just do better.
Now, see, Brandon did that dirty and negative. He said, fix your face. Nah, you could cry, but fix your face. Hurry, get past that.
Right. You ever got a whooping? Your mama told you that it's to tell you to stop crying. You try to stop crying.
Well, I learned not to get hit. Brandon. Brandon. It took him a long time. How he described it.
Yes, for sure.
So he didn't mind them hits. I didn't want to get hit.
So you didn't get a lot of whoopings. No. For some reason, me and my brother, we did a lot of stuff we wasn't supposed to do. And when my mom get home, she see the house a mess. She see we spilled stuff, made mess, so she was getting that belt. And we just got whooped.
So that's where you had two brothers. See, I had like a sister, and my sister was like 3 to 4 years older. So it kind of wasn't like that. She was always like a bigger authority figure.
I got you. I was supposed to be the authority, but me and my brother, we would be fighting, going back and forth. So it just, we wasn't on the same page like we should have been.
And I learned quick. Like I said, I learned quick. I don't like to get hit. I learned my lesson.
Why? Did your sister ever get whipped like that or anything? No,
not really.
No.
Now we was. My mom said we was pretty easy kids.
Right. We were too, but we still got whoopings. And I remember sometimes I would get a whooping, and I'd be crying, and then my brother he'll come and check on me like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm all right," or I'll hear him get a whooping. I'm like, "Ooh," you can feel him getting whooped and him screaming and stuff.
And why y'all got whoopings again?
I just doing stuff we wasn't supposed to be doing.
There you go.
Stuff.
So why you didn't learn? Why you didn't learn not to do that?
I don't know. That's a good question. Like we just you get a whooping, you act right for a little while. Then when you don't have any supervision, you be doing whatever you want to do, just forgetting all your training that you had. So,
and though I teach capital punishment,
you do in a way, yes.
So I say you run for the cops, they owe you 2 licks.
Yeah, you said that.
Just don't run for the cops, you won't get 2 licks. That's how the laws need to be put.
Right. And like go back to the video we did earlier. That guy didn't run, he wasn't resisting, but
that was wrong.
What that lady do? She tased him anyway.
Yeah, you can't do that. Right. Now, if he ran, okay. But he didn't.
I'm with you on that. And I guess people may feel like we're hard on cops, and like I said, we understand if you run a little bit or you make them work harder, can they get a couple of licks in? Maybe, yeah, okay, but don't go overboard and don't kill us like with Sandra Bland and doing stuff like this. Just because I talk back to
don't you put Sandra Bland on there now because she was nasty.
Okay, well, I'm not necessarily saying that, but do I think she deserved to lose her life? No, I don't think so. I don't know, and
She killed her own self, ain't it?
Oh God. Well, that's what they say, but like I said, I just don't think if I get pulled over for a tail light, I don't think the result of all of that I should lose my life somehow in a jail cell. So Tanya said I had to go pick my own switch. Yeah,
there you go. Do that 2 times and you learn out. You won't be picking no switch no more. Don't
but see, I think you had a better understanding than I did. Like, and I think it shows now. Like you learn lessons quicker than I would say.
Brett, I had to go to the palm trees out front and get that switch out the palm tree. See, I didn't even know what tree it was.
I never had to do that, but my mom will come around snapping that belt, and like I say, she'll be working. It'd be me and my brother at home by ourselves, tearing the house up, doing all kind of stuff, not doing what we're supposed to do. She come home, she don't work the whole day.
How old was you? Because this had to be early 90s. Early 90s, you could leave a 6-year-old at the house.
Right.
And the house will be fine when you come back.
Right. Can you do that now? No, you can't do
that. How old was you when this happened, Brandon?
I'm trying to think. Dang. Might have been like 10 years old. I'm not sure. I have to ask my mom.
Messing up at 10, Brandon?
I didn't know what I was doing.
At 10 years old, I came home, get one of those 79-cent pizzas from the freezer, put it in the microwave, watch cartoons, and did my homework.
Not me. What I do, because I had my little brother. Either I was fixing him something to eat, or we was watching TV, and you didn't have a bunch of TVs, so I want to watch what I want to watch. Now he want to watch what he want to watch. I say no, then there's a whole fight, and then me and him going back and forth.
Y'all the same age.
He's 4 years younger than me, so it's not a big difference, but it's a big difference. I didn't want to watch what he want to watch.
So you want to watch Power Rangers? What he want to watch? Barney?
Yeah, that's right.
He didn't want to watch Power Rangers.
Nope.
VR Troopers.
Right. Right. I was just telling my daughter that I was like, I used to wake up in the morning, watch Garfield, and I watch VR Troopers, and I head to school.
Or Bob, what's his name with Bob?
Bob the Builder?
No, it was a little kid. He was a comedian, like Bob, but so he had a big old head.
No, you're not talking about the Bill Cosby.
No.
I'm trying to think Bob.
And he was like an old comedian. He used to come on at 6:30. You had to watch it for 10 minutes before you got to catch the bus.
Right. And that's what I was telling my daughter. Like, I was like, I used to have to catch the bus. I used to have to get up at like 6. You had to get up early. You had to eat, get dressed, wash your face, do all that kind of stuff. Eat lunch, watch a little TV, and you out the door. And then, like I said, you come home, you unlock the door, you come in, you're supposed to be working on your homework. getting your little brother something to eat, make sure he good. What we do, we be in there fighting and wrestling, doing all that kind of stuff. My mom come home, see their house, that belt get to snapping, we get to running. And like I said, go ahead.
Kids got it good these days, man. They trying to change the law up here, talk about they can't start school at 9 o'clock or something like that, 8 o'clock. What time your daughter go to school?
I drop her off at 7:45.
See, back in the day, school started at 7:05.
Right. You be there real early.
Yeah.
And what time we get out? Like 2 o'clock, 2 or 3 o'clock? Probably 3 o'clock.
2s and 3s.
Mm-hmm.
Then in middle school, we got out. High school, what time we get out? 3:30?
Something like that, probably, yeah.
High school started a little later at maybe 8:15.
Mm-hmm.
We was in high school.
Well, like you say, it's totally different. And, you know, you want to do some of the old school parenting, but now that I think about it, you think they'll let an 8-year-old stay at home by herself?
Can't do it. 8-year-old be watching porn on TV.
You're right. You're right.
Cell phone. Watch this, Brandon. Your daughter got a cell phone, ain't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Unrestricted cell phone.
Nope. Nope. Because if you log in, you can see everything that she look at, and not everything is accessible. So
how is that?
Because you can put child locks on stuff whenever she wants to try to download something. It'll send me an alert, and it'd be like, do you accept her downloading this, so I can look and see what she's downloading, all that kind of stuff, look at the history. But you just have to do that, and you have to have these conversations with your kids daily. Like, what are you looking at? What are you watching? Some stuff I look at, you know, it's innocent stuff on YouTube, but I'm like, you need to stay in a kids area, because sometimes they're talking about stuff you don't even need to be talking about. But for the most part, like I say, she does. There's some stuff. Like I say, she's big on Michael Jackson now, so she's watching a lot of Michael Jackson stuff and the music videos. So that's all. That's really all I hear nowadays is Michael Jackson.
So she getting indoctrinated with MJ
for sure. And I don't know how you feel about Michael Jackson, but I was a fan of Michael Jackson. But it's just something about Mike. It's what you about to say?
I ain't say how I feel about one of the greatest performers and artists.
But listen, it's like. But how does my daughter get the same thing? Like, just she stumbled on Michael Jackson and she can capture kind of what we captured, and she wasn't even around.
She can't.
For it.
She can't capture what we captured.
But she loves Michael Jackson different than she listens to any artist. I'm like, you don't want to listen to JoJo Siwa or whoever they have for kids to listen to now. She's like, it's Michael Jackson. And that's all she on. So she kind of gets that Michael Jackson was different. Ty said there was a comedian, I can't remember who it was, that said he didn't get into reading because the man that did Reading Rainbow and then showed up at Star Trek was blind. Yeah, remember LeVar Burton. For some reason I get LeVar Burton. And what's the dude that was on
I'll call him Coopta.
Right.
Let me quit with that. Yeah. Boy, Reading Rainbow was a good thing. Star Trek, I didn't too much watch Star Trek.
I didn't get into Star Trek like that.
But I wish he got Jeopardy, man. That would be a good thing if they gave him Jeopardy. They didn't give it to him.
What you mean give it to him? He was trying to get on Jeopardy? LeVar
Burton? When the host died of cancer, they
Alex Trebek?
Yeah, they did a lot of spread. They had a girl from was it Third Planet or the girl Third Planet or Third
Rock from the Sun or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. The doctor girl.
I know Aaron Rodgers was trying to get on Jeopardy and do it, but you know.
And that's why he should have been working out his calf muscles. That's what he should have been doing. Parenting is different, but your daughter, she don't know about Michael Jackson like I know, like we know about.
Well, we know that, but she still gets that he like, and you know, it's funny because she listens to the classics, but now she done got into the newer Michael Jackson songs, and I'm like
what new? What's new ones?
But it's a song with Michael Jackson and Akon. She be saying, I like you can't. Mike wouldn't even want you to play this song. Like I tell her that she's like, I love the song. I'm like, nah, you can't even play that song. So I can't remember the name of the song, but Akon in the beginning, he like Akon and MJ. I'm like,
oh Lord, yeah. You're
I'm
right.
like, Mike wouldn't even co-sign this stuff, but
You-
you know, he's gone.
You have to stop. You rock my world. There's no more
Yeah, that's when
you got to
when you're
stop
cut
right
off.
there.
Yeah,
And you
what's
start
the
from
invisible
75 to that year. Yeah.
So you didn't like that? What's the Invisible album where it's like clear? You didn't listen to a lot of that post Michael Jackson stuff.
That's Rock My World, ain't it?
Is that the album? Because I wasn't sure if that
Yeah.
was on there. Okay.
Yeah. You rock my world, and know you did.
But it's
With,
an album called Chicago that she listened to. It, like I said, that's post for.
She need to go back to the 70s. He was real
Right.
good in the 70s.
Right.
Real good in the 70s too.
And like I say, I want to. It's a lot of Michael Jackson songs, and a lot of them are really good. Some of them I'm like, it's, you know. But Mike was one of the hugest, one of the biggest, one of the most impactful artists of our generation, and it's not going to be another Michael Jackson. People used to pass out even before Michael even get to the stage, like with them concerts.
You're right.
And it's funny because she knows about Prince too, and she's like, no, Prince ain't better than Michael Jackson. That's how she feeling. Prince make people pass out, but still, it wasn't nobody like Mike.
Yeah, to me, Prince ain't better than Michael Jackson.
Right.
Michael Jackson is on a different level.
Well, I have to tell her that you're a Mike fan too, and it's funny because
who's not a Mike fan?
There's some people who's a Mike fan because you do know Mike has a dark cloud.
No, and those people are still fans. They just had car payments coming due. That's why they had to do what they had to do. The car payments was due.
Got you. That's funny.
Yeah, but Coca said they didn't do nothing. Miami Joe hating on Michael Jackson. He didn't do nothing.
Right.
He was just weird.
So let me ask you this. So if you had a son or daughter, how would you explain to them that part of Michael Jackson?
Why would you explain to that?
But that's what I'm saying. Because at some point you're going to have to talk about that. I'm not saying this now, but how would you introduce that? I'm asking as a friend.
You don't spend a night over people's house who's weird. All right, that's what you don't do.
But
which way else you want me to explain?
No, but I'm just saying, if you got a child who's a Michael Jackson fan, how do you explain what happened to Michael, the trial, all that stuff?
Oh, once you become famous, you make up people like to try to get your money.
Right. Okay.
And this is fake money, people. This is all fake.
Is it really?
Bro, you better be quiet. You said things that copy. This is all fake.
I can't see that. I can't see all that. I got
No,
you.
you didn't see it.
I see it now, but I couldn't see that before.
Yeah. Oh, this is fake.
So yeah, mainstream media.
Would mess up my thing. Once you get money,
people start making up stuff.
Yeah, people start making up stuff. They want to come and get it. So
okay.
Money make the world go round. It greases everything.
You're right.
So if a person hits you with one of these will make you feel better.
Right, you're right.
So it makes everything smoother.
Gotcha.
Until you meet a person who says it's not about the money, it's about the principle.
You're right.
But rarely you'll see that.
You're right.
Because the principle will be $300, then they're okay.
Right. Most people do have a price. Most people do have a price. If something happened to you and they be like, well, you write a check and it'll go away. You'll find a number. You'll be okay with it because, like I say, will money make your life a little easier? Some trauma you can't get over, but it'll still help.
Money will grease the wheels of things. It may not make our life easier. Because look at Steve Jobs, one of the richest men in the world. Did money make his life easier?
For a while, until his health ran out.
Okay. Who else? Money don't do everything.
You're right.
Money do not do everything. All right, Brandon, I don't got no more.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for participating. I hope you enjoyed the show. We had some array of different topics. It's something weird on the screen right now, but make sure you like and subscribe. Check out some of our other videos. We do a lot of topics on relationships, race, sports. Occasionally we do sports, but what you want to say?
We don't do that much on race.
It's been a minute.
Good day. Thank you, Miss Tanya, for coming out. I love the cat, Mr. Taylor. Thank you again. Yeah. I hope y'all have an excellent week. This coming up week, try to be a fragrance and do not be an odor.
I like that. Oh, she said new subscriber enjoyed. Appreciate it. Like I said, y'all be safe. Start your week off right. Check out some of our content. It's getting late. I'm about to be asleep, but she said love and gratitude. All right, Lewis. This was fun. Y'all take care. Have a good one.
All right.